Good morning, everyone. Happy Memorial Day, which is an odd thing to say. I think Happy Memorial Day. This is a time of remembrance. So, just sending everyone the support and space that they need for this particular Memorial Day. And for some people, that may mean celebrating. In this time of COVID, there are some people who are able to get out a little bit more. And for others, it may mean that time of remembrance. So, wherever you find yourself right now on this Memorial Day, I hope that you are feeling supported and loved in whatever you need for this day. As I mentioned in the post, this is an 8-year mark of the date that my mom passed away suddenly in 2012. And I was trying to formulate the message, the words that I wanted to say today. And then I realized that I just want to invite in that spirit of my mom to speak through me today in whatever she wants to say and whatever that divine power wants you all to hear. Because I'm just a conduit. Again, as I said, I don't consider myself necessarily a teacher. I'm just here to share my experience. And the one thing that came to mind to me was in the hours after learning that our mom had passed away. I was so fortunate, first of all, to work at a place. I found this out during the day while I was at work, standing on a corner in Washington, D.C., actually talking to a friend of mine, and my phone kept ringing and ringing and ringing. And when I finally got done talking to my friend, I picked up the phone to hear my brother's shaky, anguished voice on the other end. And that's how I found out. And so I immediately went upstairs to my office, and all of my friends and colleagues just descended upon me and supported me in the most beautiful way possible. And they were able to get me back to my house, started booking flights for me to fly back to Nebraska. And in those hours, I was making a number of phone calls. It's all kind of a blur. But the one thing that I remember so clearly is sitting in my bedroom on my bed on the phone talking to someone and saying, I can't do this. I don't know how to do my life without my mom. And that was sort of the thought that ran in the background for quite a long time afterwards. And it's been a long road, and it's a continuous road. When you experience the loss of someone who is your biggest champion, your best friend, your biggest support system, trying to figure out how you navigate life after that is an ongoing process that never ends. And there isn't a day that goes by that I don't wish that I had her here to ask her advice or run something past her or have her tell me how crazy I'm being and probably do it anyway. But the experience I had that, and I'm still having, and want to pass along to all of you, is that I could have let myself live in that thought of, I can't do this. I don't know how to do this. And I could have let that limit me and my life. And gradually over time, and I honestly can't tell you exactly how I did this or how I'm still doing it. And I don't know that we necessarily need to be concerned about the how, which might be a difficult thing to just let hang there in the ether. But it's just a matter of just do. Just get up. Just make your coffee. Just shower. Just sit in a chair and watch TV all day. Just get up. Get up off the floor. I heard a quote one time. I don't even know who said it. I think it was just in some video I was listening to that said, if you can look up, get up. And so the past 8 years has just been continuing to get up, get up, get up. And some days I don't do that well at all. But what I can say to be true for me is that in my experience, out of all tragedy, and I speak from all of the tragedies and heartbreaking things that I've experienced in my life, that out of all of that, there is born some beauty. And that's not a silver lining mentality. I'm not trying to silver line that at all. But there was that choice I had to either just continue to think to myself, I don't know how to do this, I can't do this, or to live in a way that honors my mom, her spirit, the gifts that she gave me, and that lives in a way that continues to serve in the way that she tried to serve and that I think we're all here to serve. And so by slowly starting to step into that thinking, that sort of, all right, I don't know how to live my life now with my mom, and that's okay. Let me figure out another way. And that way has led me to where I am today, to moving to Colorado from DC, to enrolling in a 2-year meditation program, to becoming a certified professional coach, and hopefully then next year to being a certified meditation teacher. These are all paths that I truly don't believe would have opened up to me, or at least not opened up to me when they did, had my mom not passed away. And that's not to say there isn't a day that goes by that I feel like I wouldn't trade that to have my mom here and me not be where I am. But that's to say that through her death, something in me opened up. And I could have chosen to ignore that or leave that behind. And I'm going past 7 minutes today. This might be like a 9-minute mindset. But something in me opened up, and I chose to step into that uncomfortable, unknown, uncertain territory for her and for me as an extension of her. The poet and mystic, Sufi poet Rumi has a beautiful quote that says, "Keep your gaze on the bandaged place. That's where the light comes in." I may have butchered that just a bit, but that really sits with me every day. It's not about healing up 100% that wound. It's not about ignoring it. It's not about stuffing it with a bunch of other shit. It's about keeping your gaze on that big gaping wound, because knowing that that's where something else is going to come in. So choosing, again, it's a conscious choice to not be limited by that thought of, I can't do my life without my mom. Because had I stuck in that thought, it would have cut off all other possibilities. There's a poem that we found in my mom's things after she passed away. She loved to write poetry. And a big part of me wishes that she would have listened to that spirit in her and pursued that more, and not been held back by her limiting beliefs of what she felt like her place in the world should be, or that maybe she didn't have the time to devote to writing poetry or whatever it is. But she did still put some of that out in the world, and we were left with some beautiful poems that she wrote, and this is one of them. Before the rainbow comes the rain, slanting silver at the pane, washing every leaf and stalk and daffodils that line the walk. Then the world is fresh once more. A rainbow will open heaven's door. And so it is with every prayer when there are burdens we must bear. Like a cloud that hides the sun from view, God will be there listening to you. And your heart will shed despair in the rainbow of a prayer. So, my prayer for all of you is that wherever your wound is and whatever it's from, may you not be limited in your thoughts about that wound. May you see the beautiful rainbow of possibilities that can come from that wound. And may you continue to keep your gaze on that bandaged place. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing this moment with me.